professors, scholars, doctors, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure, as the English teacher of the ISGC in Geneva, to welcome you this evening to our conference. I would like to thank all of you for coming, especially those who have travelled some distance to be with us here tonight. As you all know, we are here to learn more about the Dunya University project in Afghanistan and to share ideas about the exciting initiative that this is. Before we get things started, I'm going to run through the program of events for this evening. I believe you all have the program with you, in front of you, so you can follow it with me. So we will kick off by a presentation of the ISGC Director and the founder of the Dunya University, Mr. Jawed Sandel, who will speak to us about the aims of the conference and what we hope to achieve tonight. He will then move on to presenting the ISGC, and with the help of his colleagues, Mr. Samuel Louis, who is a Professor of Leadership and Management, and Dr. Stefan Wirtz, who is a Professor of Marketing. All three of them will give a more detailed presentation of the Dunya University project. Then we will have a short break of half an hour where you'll be able to enjoy some drinks and coffees. And when we return, Mr. Daniel Gerhard, who is a mathematics lecturer at the ISGC, will speak to us about the Bologna Agreements as a European space for higher education. Then, Dr. Asadullah Habib, the former director of Kabul University, will speak to us about the European educational methods within the Dunya Institute in Afghanistan. Then, Dr. Elhaji Diouf, the EPA Program Director at the International Center for Trade and Sustainable Development, will speak to us about the major educational challenges in Afghanistan. And finally, we will have some personal testimonies by Mr. Eric Herrlich, Professor of Economy, Mr. Daniel Heron, Professor of Accounting, Mr. Hawida, who is a musician, and Dr. Hasadullah Haid, who is a Professor of Private Law. And finally, we will also have a personal testimony of Dr. Wali Zakri. When the speeches draw to a close, there will be a chance to discuss what we've learned and share thoughts over dinner. Now, I'd like you to join me in welcoming to the podium the Director of the ISGC Geneva and the founder of the Dunya University project.
His Excellency, professors, scholars of the university, and honorable guests. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to say a warm welcome and thank you all for coming to this conference. And I would like to convey best wishes from myself and from lecturers of the university. I'm very pleased to see that you honor knowledge lovers come from far distances to discuss about the values and science methods of teaching. In a country, in a place where the next generation of great country will be born. Of my great country. And thank you all for giving a chance us to grow from your enriched and precious experience of your lifetime. Dear friends, it has been about 9 months that I have been responsible for direction of university in Geneva. And I have honored this responsibility and this role. This university, created by Mr. Professor Francois Marais in Geneva in 1984, And this university teaches programs on the level of bachelor and master, specialty, finance, management, entrepreneurship, and marketing. I cherish this university because it provides me the new education from my country, for the poorest society of my country. By accepting this responsibility, I have accomplished the first step of my dream to become head of a university in a highly developed country. In doing so, I am gaining essentially experience and knowledge while acquiring crucial knowledge to develop the second step of my dream. Some of my knowledge and education, because due to different reasons, they have no access to help. I can only do this with the help and opinions of teachers, scholars, and professors. So, in doing so, I am fulfilling my humanitarian and country-loving responsibility. By paying attention to this valued human objective, I have established a university in Kabul, Afghanistan by the name of Dunya Institute of Higher Education, which is going to be teaching program according to European and international standards. The mission of Dunya is an independent institution created by a Swiss university with the university experience from 1984 in Geneva. We will give an excellent program to students in the fields of BM, High C, Bachelor of Management and Information System. BBA, Bachelor of Business Administrations. BSF, Bachelor of Science and Finance. And Bachelor of Marketing and Communications, Bachelor of Marketing, and also Bachelor BCA, Bachelor of Computer Science. We aim to provide the best university education for Afghanistan. We aim to develop the program adapted to Afghan and international business needs. We privilege an active pedagogic approach that integrates the economic and international realities. We organize by the national and international representatives from Africa, Asia, Afghanistan to exchange experience with the Afghan students in Kabul, Afghanistan. Dunya Higher Education Institute offers a broad range program of developed courses specifically designed to address the needs of industrial and professionals. This program prepares students for the new challenges of globalizations, competitions, corporate finance, and new financial strategic markets. It teaches more than traditional qualities of a modern manager. The Dunya Higher Education Institute professors have extensive academic background. They have the different professional experience as director, manager, international consultant, or business people. And after that, I choose my colleague, Professor Mr. Stephen Rees, to give some information about the program we provide in Afghanistan, Kabul, in the August of 2009. Please, Mr. Professor Rees.
The title is Professor of Marketing, so when I'm boring, I show I don't know what I'm teaching. I will be very short because you will be happy to have other speakers being short later, so I try to set the example. We will have to present a program which is primarily the Dunya Higher Education Institute, an institute that will deal with the education as we teach it in our university, IFCC in Geneva. What is it? We have professors who are primarily people who are active in business, are active as entrepreneurs, and we have professors who primarily work in an academic activity. These academic activities are very wide, but most of them, almost everybody, has somewhat of an interdisciplinary interest. to an extent that some of us, we could exchange ourselves teaching the course of somebody else. That is the first message. ISCC is an institute who is interdisciplinary. By interdisciplinary, I mean we integrate marketing, accounting, economy. We don't neglect psychology and sociology as well. And to a certain context, being out of Geneva, we always do it with international perspective. That's fact number one about ISCC. Fact number two by ISCC is that we have picked up the tradition of the former founder, who always had an extension to other continents. Earlier, he has been very much involved into activities with universities in Africa. And one day, he also invited a student coming from Afghanistan, Mr. Sanchez Javed, and that opened up our interest to go